Hello, Professor. My name is Ritik, and my partner for the assignment is Shruti, and we will be discussing about the tort law. So basically, it's based on a YouTube video. So there was a flight called United 328 that flies from Denver to Honolulu. They're basically cities in United States that made a safe landing after the explosion of the engine, and the pieces were spread across the ground. Unfortunately, the explosion caused mental anguish to one of the passengers, but the parts that were spread across the ground didn't harm anyone. Going further, the tort that was committed is product liability. So the manufacturing company is at fault because they didn't produce excellent quality materials, and like there weren't any quality checks. So because of that, the incident happened. So the four-part legal test that is required by the plaintiff to prove in order to sue the defendant is that they need to prove the actual loss. In this case, the passenger needs to prove that the airplane parts are defective or not by following these four elements. So to start with, a legal course of action, it indicates that the plaintiff must take specific measures to sue the defendant, and these steps must be in the following order. So to start with, a duty of care, a defective product is being used. So ultimately, the manufacturing company owed a duty of care because the spreading of the engine parts caused harm to the passengers on board the flight. Second, breach of a care standard. It's unclear why the engine pieces began to fall apart. It might be due to lack of regular maintenance or quality check or a manufacturing or fitment problem or various other factors. Hundreds of individuals on board the plane were put in danger, and according to the law, the bigger the risk of injury, the higher the degree of care expected. Yet, in this specific case, the manufacturer has put people's lives in jeopardy. Causation. It signifies that harm occurred as a result of the cause, whether the injury occurred or not, is the essential caution for the causality criterion. Thus, in this scenario, the passenger gets mental trauma due to the turbulence, which causes suffering. Last but not the least, damage. This term refers to whether the injuries acts directly related to the plaintiff's loss. The case cannot be dismissed because the plaintiff is not in good health.
Moving further, the term standard of care relates to the product producer's responsibility for creating and distributing a product to consumers. This involves guaranteeing the safety of the product so that they do not cause harm to the people who uses them. In this case, the manufacturing company failed to meet the standard of care because the product design is defective. The manufacturer is held liable for the engine's failure, which endangered not only the lives of people, those who were on flight, but also those who live in the area due to the parts falling on the ground and causing damage to their property. Because it failed to perform its duty, the manufacturing corporation is accountable for plaintiff loss. According to me, the plaintiff is the one who will win the lawsuit because he has all the pieces of evidence against the defendant. It happens when the manufacturers are at fault for not creating the products up to the quality standard. The specific damages the plaintiff will sue are: the first damage is the damage of public property. Second is the reputation of the company, as the people might have developed a fear for their safety and they'll not try to take the flight, and they'll prefer to take some other flight because they can't put their lives into danger. Because these damages may be treated, the plaintiff could lessen the damages by seeking treatment from a qualified psychologist. Contributory negligence could be used in this case because it is the airline job to inspect their plane, which not only helps to reduce the likelihood of the defective product but also to repair them as soon as possible if they are defective. Thank you and have a nice day.